We're on page 239 of the Sephardi Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. We are in the middle of the laws of Bedikat Hametz and Erev Pesach. Halacha 13. 239. From the hour of Chatzot on Erev Pesach, Chatzot is midday, it is forbidden to engage in labor. Yeah, you can. I'm only gonna read. Huh?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm only gonna read the parts that we have to highlight. From the hour of Chatzot on Erev Pesach, it is forbidden to engage in labor. Only activities which are also permitted on Chol HaMoed may be performed from the above hour. It is forbidden to sew a garment. Haircuts may not be given by Jewish barbers. However, a Gentile may cut the hair of a Jew, or a Jew may cut his own hair. It is also permissible to polish shoes, cut fingernails, or iron. So, what laws are allowed to be done on Chol HaMoed? These are laws that if you don't, these are labors that are such that if you don't do it, you're going to suffer a loss. For example, you made you started a process, and if you don't finish a process, you're going to lose the products, the merchandise that you were working with. For example, let's say you have a factory, and on the factory you started tanning the leather, working with the hides. And if you don't finish working with them, you're going to lose all the hides, they're going to spoil. Or you started making wine, and if you don't finish the next step, you're going to lose your principle. Not the profit, but you're going to lose the principle. In such a case, you're allowed to do such work. And here also, after midday of Erev Pesach, you're not supposed to work, but if if it's going to cause you loss, you're allowed to work. Anything that you need for the holiday, you're allowed to do, like you're allowed to cook, shop, slaughter animals, bake matzot. And again, practically, you're supposed to do haircut, take a haircut before midday. But if you didn't, you can either give yourself haircut or go to a non-Jewish barber. Polishing shoes is permitted. Cutting fingernails is permitted. Ironing is permitted. Halacha 14. Every male firstborn son is obligated to fast on Erev Pesach. It is customary to exempt oneself from fasting by participating in the meal of a siyum, or circumcision, or pidyon haben. If it happens to be a circumcision there, you're allowed to participate, and you don't have to fast if you're firstborn, or pidyon haben. Usually, siyum is arranged for the conclusion of a tractate of Gemara, and whoever participates in siyum don't have to fast.
Can Mishnah also be counted or no?
Mishnah only if you finish a seder. If you finish
The whole book?
not the book, the whole order. Like there are 6 orders of. Yeah, so if you finish the whole 6th of Mishnayot, then you're allowed to, not for a Masechta. But for Gemara, 1 Masechta is enough.
When you say finish, like if I read myself the whole order, is that counted soon, or it has to be learned deeply with the rabbi?
If you understand basic pshat, it counts. To understand basic pshat, you need to read some commentary. It's impossible to understand it just by reading.
Right now, when you buy the books, they come with a commentary.
Yeah, so if you read the text and commentary to understand the basic, it counts. Okay. Now we go to page 240, Halacha 15. it is forbidden to eat matzah on Erev Pesach, the same kind that could be eaten later at night at this Pesach Seder, which means matzah that is shemura, matzah that is kosher for the Seder, you're not allowed to eat on the day of Pesach, on the day before Pesach, Erev Pesach, so that the taste of matzah should be fresh in your mouth and you should enjoy it. Some have custom to not to eat it from Pesach, not Pesach, from Purim, which is a month before. Some have a custom not to eat it from Rosh Chodesh, which is 2 weeks before. But according to halacha, not custom, but halacha is the day before Pesach. From the morning till night, you're not allowed to eat matzah. However, it is permissible to eat matzah ashira. Matzah ashira is matzah that was baked with fruit juices or egg matzah. Such matzah, you cannot fulfill the obligation on Pesach, and plus it tastes differently, and therefore it's not going to make you get used to that matzah.
I have a similar question, I'm sorry.
Yes.
On the regular Shabbat, are we allowed to, Sephardim, are we allowed to do let's see, for Shabbat with the egg challah, or no?
Regularly, no. There is one exception, that if Erev Pesach is Shabbat and you don't want to have chametz, so some permit to make it on egg matzah and to eat enough of it. But that's just an exception because you have no other choice.
But egg challah regularly?
Egg challah you asked, or egg matzah?
Egg challah.
Oh, I thought egg
Shabbat.
matzah. Egg challah, you're allowed to make hamotzi if you're planning to eat a lot of it.
So how much?
How much is, if you take an 8-ounce cup and you stuff it, press it in to the top, that amount. So like an amount of a bagel, let's say. Not just a thin slice or 2 slices, like 3-4 slices, or amount of the whole bagel that would stuff an 8-ounce cup by pressing it down. Then it's considered establishing a meal on it, and even if it's egg challah or sweet challah, you can say hamotzi on it. And the same with matzah, egg matzah. Okay, now, from the 10th hour of Erev Pesach, which is about 3 p.m., even this is forbidden, which means eating any mizonot or egg matzah, you're not allowed. So one will eat matzah at the Pesach Seder with appetite, which means you should only eat fruits and vegetables from 3 p.m. You can also eat some eggs and meat, but not a heavy meal, no bread, of course bread you cannot eat, no matzah, no egg matzah, to have the appetite.
That's the day before.
That's the few hours before Pesach. Now halacha 16, one should not say about live or dead animal, this meat is for Pesach. This is for Pesach, because if you do, 2 things may happen. If it's a live animal, people will think that you want to sacrifice this animal as Korban Pesach, which is not allowed to. Even though your words are not going to make it forbidden, because that's not your intention. But just to people, it will sound like that. And if you're saying this is Pesach, this is for Pesach, about a piece of meat, people will again think that you just slaughtered the Korban Pesach, and this is a piece of meat from that Korban. So don't say it, but rather you should say, this meat is for the holiday. That's the end of the paragraph. This meat is for the holiday, don't say this meat is for Pesach. Halacha 17. One who allows chametz to remain in one's possession during Pesach transgresses 3 commandments. The positive commandment, remove all chametz, and 2 negative commandments, it should not be seen and it should not be found. And of course, any chametz that stays in person's possession during Pesach is forbidden to be eaten after Pesach as well. So you're not benefiting from keeping the chametz on Pesach because you'll have to throw it out after Pesach anyway. Might as well throw it out before and not transgress 3 prohibitions. Next paragraph. One who eats a kezayit of chametz on Pesach is punished with karet, premature death. Chametz is forbidden on Pesach. Unlike other food prohibitions, it's more serious, and one who eats it deserves spiritual excision, karet.
If you made tshuva,
Teshuvah fixes it. But as with anything, it is very hard to do teshuvah. You have to be sincere. If you eat kezayit, if you eat an ounce of chametz, it carries the punishment of karet. However, even a tiny crumb of chametz is forbidden, and if it falls into gigantic pot of food that is kosher for Pesach use, the entire food is rendered chametz and may not be used for any purpose on Pesach. That is because chametz, the Chachamim applied a special stringency to chametz. Because it has karet, they made a rabbinic rule that chametz is not nullified even in 1,000 parts on Pesach, not before Pesach. If it happens before Pesach, it is nullified. But on Pesach, it's not nullified. So you have to be extra careful not to have any chametz around.
So one question, 2 questions actually. So chametz is, say, if I have macaron, like something, it's not necessarily just the bread, right?
Yeah,
It's anything that is made out
Anything.
of grain.
cookies,
So I shouldn't
Macaroni.
be storing it even in the closed
yes,
closet.
unless
in
you
my
sell it.
basement.
Right, right.
No, if I sell it, I cannot reuse it after the
You
basement.
can reuse it because you're gonna buy it back from the goy.
Oh, so I can do that.
Yeah, you should put it away in a basement or a locked closet and sell it. And then after Pesach, you can take it out because you bought it back.
Okay. And one other thing, during the Pesach, let's say if somebody has some dietary restrictions and cannot drink wine, for example, and eat the
What's-
matzahs, is it okay for a Jewish person?
Instead of wine, they can drink grape juice.
And
If
for
they cannot drink grape juice, they can at least make
some watery,
yeah, they can take, as long as it's majority grape juice. This is according to the most lenient opinion. You take majority grape juice and you add water. And again, you don't have to drink a whole cup. You can take a tiny cup as long as the cup has 3 ounces. You take a 3-ounce cup, you fill, let's say, with 2 ounces of grape juice, 1 ounce of water, and on top of that, you only have to drink majority of that. So you only have to drink 2 ounces out of 3-ounce cup, and out of which 1/3, let's say, is water. So out of the 2 ounces that you drink, only 1.5 is grape juice, and times 4, so you only need to drink total 6 ounces of grape juice, the whole seder. 6 ounces of grape juice over a period of 2 hours is not so much. Unless a person really has allergy, then he doesn't have to.
so how about the matzahs?
And matzah, again, you can find the minimum size, for kezayit. If it's hard to chew, you can soak it in water. Cannot cook it, but you can soak it in water so that it becomes soft. Maybe it is easier to eat.
So matzah you really need to eat.
You need to
That's
eat,
all.
but again, you can eat just 1 kezayit,
Right.
let's say 1 ounce of matzah in the beginning, and so again, in the beginning, for maror, 1 ounce, and 1 ounce for afikomen. That's the minimum. And so you only eat 3 ounces of matzah, 6 ounces of grape juice, and that's it. And it's most people can handle it. And again, if a person cannot handle it, then he doesn't have to. But you should try to do it.
You can buy Yemenite nuts also. It's
You can
soft.
buy Yemenite matzah, which is soft and it's easier to chew. There's less to
Pita,
eat.
right?
It's like pita.
Okay.
Also, doesn't say here that if if the chametz falls into a food that you're preparing on Pesach, not only you can't eat it, you have to kosher that pot.
If it's hot.
Right, Yeah,
Yeah.
like it becomes not kosher, the whole pot you have to like make.
Yeah, and on Pesach we don't kosher things
Right,
unless we do libun, and so you're stuck.
right,
So the kitchen is the main part where you have to clean, because there, if anything falls into a crumb falls in, it's gonna make the whole thing. If you have crumb on the floor, it doesn't bother anybody. But if you have crumb in your pot, it makes the whole pot not kosher.
this, by the way, the rabbi's gonna have a class tomorrow, right? For the
Tomorrow is
ladies,
for ladies. Thursday
about
night is gonna
kosher in
be
the kitchen.
Thursday night is gonna be here, 7:30
We're good.
For men. for men.
And tomorrow we're in Beit
Tomorrow in
Gabriel.
Beit Gabriel, second floor for ladies,
8 o'clock, 7 o'clock,
8:30.
8:30?
You can send your wives tomorrow night, and you can come yourself on Thursday. And there will be these papers and more papers given out.
On Thursday, 7:30?
7:30, yeah, it's gonna be like a light meal, and 8 o'clock is gonna start the class.
It's just
Okay.
about kosher in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, preparing for Pesach, cleaning the house, and kosher in the kitchen. Halacha 18. If the chametz falls into the food before Pesach, the food is permissible if there was a proportion of 60 times the amount of food to chametz, right? We said that before Pesach it's more lenient, like a regular non-kosher food, 60 times. That's why you should preferably kosher everything before Pesach and cook as much as possible before Pesach, so that if anything happens, it's still kosher. If you need to cook on Pesach, it's also permitted, but a lot of people cook before Pesach to avoid any problems, because then even if crumb falls in, it's still kosher, and it stays kosher on Pesach. Chazal prohibited eating, halacha 19, Chazal prohibited eating or even deriving pleasure from chametz that was in the possession of a Jew over Pesach. Hence, even those who do not own any chametz should still sell any chametz that may have somehow remained in their possession. Meaning, even if you don't know of any chametz, still sign the paper, the document that you're selling everything, because maybe after Pesach you're going to find a bottle of vodka, you're going to find a box of cookies, bag of pretzels, whatever, something that you didn't know you had. And like this you avoid all future problems.
So when, on the contract though, you have to specify where it is, right?
If you know, if you don't know, you just say any chametz in my house, and you give the address, and it's
Try
still
to
good.
specify and also include any comments.
Yeah, and
any
then,
meaning.
yes, yes.
Put your work address there also, just in case. Like your desk. or
Work,
whatever.
yeah. Prior to the holiday, halacha 20, it is customary to initiate a collection for Ma'ot Chitim, charity for the purpose of food, clothing, and provisions for Pesach, on behalf of the destitute of the city. This is called Kimcha de Pischa. Since Pesach is an expensive holiday, you need to buy a lot of food, matzah, wine, which is expensive, and you need to buy new utensils if necessary, new appliances if necessary, new suits and dresses for your wives and children, and it's expensive, so those who cannot afford it, we collect money for them. And it's a mitzvah to help others to celebrate Pesach.
So why do you need to
Kosher.
have new suits? That's a custom?
You don't have to,
Yeah.
but it says that a husband is obligated to cause his wife joy, and one of the ways to give women joy is by buying for them new dress, and for children also, especially girls, to buy new dresses and jewelry.
So a husband has to do it.
Husband has to do it. And for yourself, if you don't have a nice suit, if your suits became worn out, you have to buy a new suit for a holiday. Pesach, especially Pesach is more common because you want it to be clean, something that you were not sitting by Shabbat table and crumbs were falling on, so either you dry clean your suit or you buy a new one.
If you do not put food in your suits or pockets, you still
Then your pockets are probably clean, but things
don't have
might
children.
things might fall into your pockets. You're eating bread and crumbs fall here, maybe crumbs fall here, maybe here. Or your children might put something in. I mean, checking is not so hard, You just check if you have pieces of challah or cookies. But sometimes, you have stains that are chametz.
So if
So
even
it's
if
good
it
to-
doesn't fall into the food, the chametz, if it's, let's say, in a pocket of your suit, you transgress?
No, if it's less than a kezayit, less than an ounce, you don't transgress. But who knows what's gonna happen? You're gonna put something in there, and then as you're taking it out, let's say even your phone, you put in there, and as you're taking it out, a crumb or two fall out onto your food. Or if you have a stain on your jacket and you wipe your mouth, if some of your chametz stain is gonna go into your mouth.
Or your kid can do it.
Yeah,
My son,
yeah.
he likes to go into my pockets and take stuff out and
Put stuff in.
Yeah.
Yes.